Hey everybody, still in Prescott. I'm on the corner of Montezuma and that street. But one thing I wanted to show you, what I'm filming right now, is that we're trying to get up to where we're staying tonight, but there's just so many cool stops. What first caught my eye was that Red Baron looking biplane up there, and then there was this on the street corner, and I thought it was just somebody who was parked here. But then as we looked in, as Cuervo and I looked into the parking lot, these three were here, 1, 2, and that guy. Then he pulled up with a dog in it, and I got a picture of it, and he was explaining to us the shaft driven, is that right? So here, and Cuervo was telling me, as soon as we passed, he goes, these are shaft driven. So right there, you have like a differential that actually will power. You engage it and disengage it from that lever right there I was being explained to. But while it's in motion, when you're doing the turns, when you're running around town, you disengage it. You do not have that shaft engaged because there's not a differential per se where when you're looking at how an automobile will turn a curve, it knows the radius. So your inside wheel is going to turn a little bit less on the radius where the outside is more. Hold on real quick.
Let me get these numbers right.
Hey guys, so I'm continuing the video. Steve just pulled up in this. He said, yeah, I can videotape it, and he's going to explain a little bit to you guys as I ask questions. So Steve and Roscoe's the dog that was in it. Well, I'll send you the picture of it. So Steve, the first question I have, because you can technically explain it better, I'm very fascinated by sidecars. I always have been. I love seeing them in World War II movies, whatnot. But as we pulled up, my buddy and I looked at him. We pulled over, and I did not realize that. He looked at right and goes, hey, those type are two-wheel drive. Actually, the sidecar is in motion also.
Yes.
Which I know some are not like that. But then when you pulled up, you were explaining to us, if you can explain again, why would you want it in two-wheel? What are the pros and cons? And how would you disengage it if you just wanted to have the motorcycle propel the vehicle and not use that wheel?
Okay, as it is right now, it's just in one-wheel drive. That's how you drive it on the street, on any dirt road. You need to put it in two-wheel drive when you get in real ugly situation. Thick mud, 10 inches of snow, this thing will go through it. And what you do is you just pull this lever right here, you just push this and you push it backwards. See where I have number 2?
Yeah.
And this will engage this drive shaft, which goes to that wheel in the sidecar.
Okay.
And now you have two-wheel drive with no differential. There's no slippage whatsoever. So you can't go on just a plain dirt road. It won't be able to steer. You need slippery mud or slippery snow to put it in two. In other words, you need the two-wheel drive when you put it in two.
And the year, okay, when did that technology come into play when it comes into the sidecars?
Oh God, this thing, I think you can get a 1936 Ural, and they have two-wheel drive.
And where is Ural manufactured from?
Originally Russia, but since the war, the latest war, they moved it right outside of Russia to Kazakhstan or Karakistan, I'm not sure, but it's right outside of Russia now.
So if anyone's on the road and they see a sidecar and it has Ural on it, that was manufactured somewhere in the former Soviet Union,
well,
probably.
I understand they have another factory here now, and they're starting to build and put together here in the United States since the war stuff.
How did this compare? And I don't know, honestly, I ride, but I don't know the historical motorcycles that well. How would this compare or contrast to what I would watch if I saw a United States Army 1940-ish sidecar? Did those motorcycles that the U.S. was making, did they have that technology to run that outside wheel?
Good question. I don't know.
And then how old, the one that you are on right now, how old is that bike? When was that bike manufactured?
This is a 2018.
2018, okay.
And this is a Ural, the guy here is a Ural dealership.
Okay.
There's 2024 right there, 2023. These are brand new bikes.
So let me zoom in. So that's a 2024 brand new, for sale.
For sale.
For sale?
Oh yeah, everything here is for sale.
And then that's a 2000 what?
That's a 2000. That's probably 23 or 24.
Okay.
Most of these are all brand new. Now that one's not a Ural that you next to.
Yeah,
that's the owner's bike right there.
Oh, okay, because we were looking at this BMW. Now I will show you guys something at my novice level. What I know. So on this BMW, Cuervo's on a BMW. This one does not have what. Give me your first name again. Steve. What Steve was explaining, that disengagement portion, that will use the drivetrain from the primary motorcycle to engage that wheel in a tough condition. This one does not have that option or opportunity.
And that does not have reverse either.
These have reverse.
This has reverse. This has a very strong, powerful reverse.
Okay, you brought up a question I had when you went inside. What is that pedal?
This is the forwarding. Good shot. This is the forwarding reverse. Forward, you click it up like I just drove in here. Reverse, you shove this down backwards.
Okay, so it's a teeter-totter mechanism.
It's exactly.
You can either use your toe to
There
move
you
it
go.
up, or you can push it down.
Yeah, exactly. And you'd use your foot.
Okay, so because there's your brake,
Here's an emergency brake for it too.
and there's an emergency brake. So yeah, this guy's I've never heard.
Oh yeah, and look
I've
at
never
this.
heard of any motorcycle.
There's a 2,000-pound winch attached to the frame.
Okay.
This guy Mark here makes all this metal framework. He fabricates it himself. It's all custom built. This front piece right here, if you look at this is built by Mark. All the aluminum nose plate, Mark custom builds these.
That's a cargo rack in essence where you can have different options here
Yes.
where you're going to lash things on.
Exactly.
You can lash it on.
Oops. There we go.
And then this one has its own headlights, I see.
Headlights on the passenger car. Yeah.
And you got a jerry can, very
Yeah,
apropos.
extra gas and yeah, there's a lot of stuff you can put on these. Mark also fabricates that side rail thing right here. Makes these from scratch specifically for the Ural. He also makes that back rack that's holding that back ammo box.
Yeah, I was gonna.
Makes those too.
So one thing I noticed on Steve's is that this one has a spare, and the other ones have a spare loaded on the back of this, but he has a spare here and this one.
Mine more.
Oh, okay.
See, I have more room for passengers than for luggage. So this seat used to be 12 inches more forward. Look at all the other bikes. And it has no armrest. I cut it and moved the seat back 12 inches, shortened the trunk by 12 inches, and put the tire over here. Now my lady, when I find one, will be able to sit here comfortably, and my dog.
So this sidecar looked like this.
No, it's never looked like that. It used to look like that.
Oh, okay. So
look how big that trunk is. See how long that trunk is?
So what he's explaining to me,
Look
so
how short mine is.
he took this design,
Cut 12 inches off.
brought the seat back for leg room, reduced the cargo capacity, and he added armrest.
And then I have this big trunk. This will hold 2 full coverage motorcycle helmets. And then I put an old ammo box here. Kind of carries more stuff. So I have plenty of room to carry stuff.
So if this is being, you're giving me the modern version of what they have to offer today. When did this company Ural start? When was the first appearance on the motorcycle scene?
I believe, I may be wrong, but like 1936. They've been around a long time.
1936. So when 1939, Russia and Germany both go into Poland in 1939.
They probably had their overhead, their big time captains when they're checking out all their troops.
Yeah.
This will take them through the snow.
Okay, so this company was active during World War II for the Russians.
This was mainly Russia to make it for the upper echelon of the army to be able to get around. Yes, this was built for army, and then it just became so much fun. I have 3 motorcycles. This is the most fun. I had 6, got rid of 3. I'm down to 3. I'm a bikeaholic.
What would you? I mean, I'm on a KLR 650, so speed is not something I could even wish to have. But what would you say the top end comfortable speed on this would be on the highway?
60, 65 comfortably.
60, 65.
We did 70, 75. It's it'll do it, but it's a dirt bike that's street legal. But I have over 8,000 miles on this in the last 16 months, and it's mainly off-road. I've gone through 3 sets of tires already.
8,000, and you're saying that Roscoe has how many miles under his
About
paws?
8,900. This is my second Ural.
Does he ever have goggles on?
He has doggles.
Doggles.
They're doggles.
So-
Yes, sir.
So if my cattle dog Jack is watching this at home,
Hell, he'll
I'm
jump
gonna,
in.
I'm gonna
And he
outfit you with some.
didn't want to get in the first time, but I just got in and said, okay, closed the screen door and drove off. He couldn't get in quick enough. Here's his doggles.
Oh, there you go. And he wears them pretty compliantly.
He knows it stops the wind. These are 4 dogs. This goes under the neck and this goes behind him.
Okay.
Keeps it right on him. Yeah, he's pretty cool.
So in this, look, I said 750 on the side. That's the displacement.
That's a 750. Yeah.
That's a 750.
Horizontally opposed engine.
What gas capacity looks like about a 5-gallon tank?
Yes. Yeah. No, I say a little less than 5. And it gets about 55, 65 to the gallon.
That's about what I'm getting on the KLR,
Yeah.
anyways. Yeah.
And then I have another 2.5 gallons here. And
Oh,
then,
yeah, and your backup.
and then I have another thing that goes on here that holds 4.5 gallons.
Okay.
It looks like an aluminum keg, but I've never needed that yet. But I'm ready.
Do you ever go overnight camping on this?
Haven't yet, but will. Many people do.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
What
This will take you anywhere.
If what other companies are making sidecars these days that are out there that you've seen?
I can't answer that because I'm not interested in something that can't be put into two-wheel drive and have a reverse. That is huge.
Okay.
Huge.
I would like.
Two-wheel drive will beat any. Yeah, you wouldn't believe what it'd do.
Now, tell me.
Well, here's the owner. Here's
Oh,
Mark.
okay. His name's Mark.
Mark. Yes.
Real quick though, before I ask him, you were saying something about you being in the same. You were in the same environment or episode with a Jeep.
Yeah, backside, there was about 10 inches of snow back there, and there was some Jeeps there with more of a street tire, okay, and they weren't jacked up. And I went through this one area, and the Jeeps were on the side. They couldn't follow me. Nope.
They probably looked at you like, "Where does he think he's going?"
Yeah, they some old man with a dog, crazy.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
We'll never see him. Yeah.
Bye-bye.
And so, but once you engaged it to go over that terrain, low gear, going straight, you're just muddling on through.
Unstoppable.
Yeah. What gear would you say? Because I'm thinking, 4-wheel driving. I have an older F350. I'm not going out there and racing it, but I'm on low gears when I'm on 4-wheel.
I'm usually in first because I don't want to bash my dog around.
Okay.
So we're usually going 5 to 8 miles an hour.
And
if I'm in two-wheel drive, 5, because it's pretty rough if I'm in two-wheel drive.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh,
And you're
I
trying.
have videos of the snow that I go through in two-wheel drive.
And you're maintaining a straight path.
Yeah,
You're not
but sometimes you might be going, like this because you're slipping so much.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it's very slippery when you're in two-wheel drive.
Well, now you've inspired me to look into
They're a blast.
other sidecar configuration. Long story short, the guy I was in the Army with, we were both scouts. He's fine today, but unfortunately he lost his right leg in a motorcycle accident from the knee down. And
one of these.
Yeah,
This guy right here, Mark, can fabricate anything. He will alter the bike to make it work for him.
That is awesome to know.
Yeah,
he wants to get back on a bike.
He has a torture hammer and a saw. He can change stuff.
That is cool to know.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, hey, Steve. I just want to say thanks for your time and courtesy.
Thank you.
I would not do it without your permission, but this is unique for us. I'm on my motorcycle trip myself, so right, everybody.
It's my pleasure. Thank you.
That's everything we got from Steve and Roscoe. Say thank you and like, subscribe, and remember, if you ever he has videos out, so you might come across him either on a video or in the real world. Thanks.
Thanks.
And then here. We don't use bungee cords. We only use Amish leather straps. I'm an Amish harness maker that makes all our tie-downs.
So this is Mark, and this is his company, CaliberCreations.com. If you see anything on my video that you're interested in, there's the website. This is there you go. There's a phone number right there also. What I have in my hand, to my it feels like a domino. Matter of fact, it looks like the dimensions of a domino, and there's one of it.
This is from Overland Expo 24.
Okay, and he just explained to me where this comes from. Is that these are the punch outs that come out of these racks that he fabricates. So he cuts these out, and he has a lot of them, and that is one rack that he makes here, but it's opposed to the racks that are designed on the sidecars there. But in here, I mean, there's just a lot of cool stuff, including this thing here. I ride. I don't know what every motorcycle is. That is a moped depicted by the pedal engagement. We used to have one when I lived in Glendale, California. There's this one here, which is really mocked out. This guy had 2 sidecars down at Bisbee when I was at that rally. I did not see it. I left early and he came in afterwards.
Yeah. Now how's that? I think it's beautiful. Oh, custom made.
What company makes this one though?
Ural.
This is the same company.
It's Ural, made by basically him.
I cut one up.
He changes. Yeah, he cuts it and changes it. Where's your long one?
So he has an Art Deco era looking turn indicator.
That's a Stein.
So that is really a throwback to the 20s.
Stein prep handle.
And
Put 2 spares on this one.
2 spares. Look at the leather work.
so he was saying that this leather work comes from an Amish group. So he does all leather work for the straps, for the tie downs, And here's a display of the new ones. Oh, here's an example of his cutouts and how they would work on that. This one has a really good color scheme and militaristic look to it.
And a roll bar.
And it looks like Mark added this. Added a roll
That's
bar.
all Mark. That's all custom work.
No, that's a front bumper.
Oh, it is.
Oh, so Mark was just telling Steve that this is actually taken from a front bumper and he just repurposed it.
Yeah.
And then he has a.
He has a torch. Look at the gear shift on the right side.
Yeah, can you explain that?
It takes place of the foot thing.
For the reverse?
Yeah.
Okay, so what Steve was showing us on his is down by his right foot next to his brake lever. This one is blending in a little bit. Let me touch it. So this one right here, that's what puts it in reverse. And once again, as Steve was explaining, the Urals are the ones that can go in reverse, have a reverse gear. And Steve, let me ask you really quick. In reverse, you do not have to have that engaged, correct?
No, not at all.
Not at all.
No.
Can you
but
have
if
it?
you you have that engaged in reverse. Hold on.
Okay.
It's very powerful.
If for whatever
It's a
reason
750.
you put it in reverse, you can have it in reverse with just the drivetrain of the main primary vehicle, or if you do have the shaft engaged and you're in two-wheel, it'll still engage that for. Well, it makes sense because it's hooked up. So if you're gonna have that in two-wheel and engaged, that one's gonna go
Right.
regardless.
And then this piece right here comes off this nose piece, and it goes. That's for winching. You put that up here. See, he has a big winch on his. Look at this sucker. Attached to the frame, and you attach that piece. It'll go right here on both sides, and it'll attach right to this. That piece I just showed you, and it'll come out here. And now if you're stuck, you winch out to the tree, and then back to here, and you just doubled the capacity of your winch, and it's pulling the tire now, so you're not having to keep it straight when you're winching. So that's custom built just for really hard, badass off-road winching.
And that the purpose is to get you out of trouble, but
Yes.
not to. It doesn't really have that kind of torque or power to pull somebody else out of trouble, does it?
Oh yeah. Well, if it's not a lot heavier than you, it's a
Okay.
4,000-pound pull. And this only weighs about 900. So yeah, it has power, but it's not real heavy. It'll want to go if you can't pull a Jeep out because it'll pull this to the Jeep.
Is the Russian military using these today? Do you know?
I think so. I don't know. Mark's the guy that he knows that stuff really well. I think they do. Yeah, they're making them today, and you can buy them with one-wheel drive only. They're called the C model or whatever, but it does not have the two-wheel drive capability. It still has reverse, but it does not have two-wheel drive. I wouldn't get one.
I was just gonna say if you're in the market, or if you're looking at this manufacturer, the whole nuance is two-wheel drive.
Yes. Well, to me it is.
No, I agree.
Now the mechanic here, who is very good with these things, he has the one-wheel drive, but he has it all beefed up like racing. He's cut metal off and made it light.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, he's done a lot of work to it. And the two-wheel drive has more clearance. It's up higher. And so,
Okay.
But with this, I have skid plates under mine. I have huge aluminum skid plates under the motor and the sidecar. Yes, I do hit rocks at times, but they just slide.
You said something about something has two spares.
He has two spares here. Look at this.
Oh, they're side by side.
Side by side. With a
Oh,
nice.
I see it.
Look at the cover he made for this. This is all custom work.
I see. I didn't
Okay?
realize there was two.
And
under
then see
there.
the bottom how he made it? It goes all the way to the frame and it locks on and this is shot. This is really nice workmanship.
Now, one thing that I like with my KLR is that I'm able to do a lot of the maintenance and repairs on my own. And for my KLR, I can do a lot of stuff while I'm on the road, while I'm traveling. I can go to anybody who sells Yamaha, Suzuki, Honda, Kawasaki.
Sure.
So you're on the road on your vehicle. What is your capabilities of doing the repairs and maintenance on your own? And what if something goes wrong? Chain, sprockets. Is it something you have to carry?
Well, there is no chain. There's no chains on this bike. It's all drive shaft.
Okay, like the BMW.
This is all drive shaft. There's no chains.
Oh, okay.
So you don't
There
have
you
to
go.
worry about any of that stuff. Flat tires. You have spare tires. You have a jack. You just change the tire. Engine craps out. Why is it crapping out? It's a horizontally opposed engine. Very simple. What is it? Gas? Is it air? What is it? Why is it not running?
Fuel
Electric?
injected or carburetor?
These are. I don't know about this one.
That one's carbureted.
This one's carbureted. The older are carbureted. The newer, mine's fuel injected. Most of those out there are all fuel injected. but they're not really that difficult to work on. I like them because every time I change the oil, you need to adjust the intake and exhaust valve, and I do that by myself. It's simple. You just have to know how to do it.
So, like me, I mean, anybody can work on the KLR. I like it because at my level, I can work on it. If someone's going to get into the market of one of these, they should have some mechanical interest or knowledge of it.
I would recommend have a little bit, but I do know some folks, Bob, that has almost no mechanical interest, and anything and everything is done by Mark here at his shop. Mark takes care of them from front to rear, replacing an engine, a tranny, or just changing the oil.
Okay.
So,
And
No,
we'll drop ship parts anywhere.
there you
We'll
go.
drop ship parts to Mexico. We have it.
I can have that?
Yeah.
Thank you for the cool souvenir
That's
for
a
the
business
trip.
card. That's the cutout.
Mark just gave me that. I'm going to keep that.
Look, that's the cutout to.
Oh, he was showing me. Yeah,
Look
there
at
was
my plate. There you go.
there was a
That's the
it was a
cutout.
it was a cutout that goes right in here.
It's very good with all parts. Yeah, I noticed you.
Wow.
You had to cut and narrow this trunk, didn't you? You're so cool. You know how I cut mine? I was a little leery to do it, and one day I was here looking at it, and Mark just said, "Just go home and cut it." It's like,
Mark's the type of guy that good mentor, huh?
oh, he's great. Yeah, look at how he narrowed this trunk. He cut and narrowed this trunk for this to fit in. Look at this. Look at that custom work. Look at
You know,
that.
and one
Pretty
thing,
cool, huh?
now for my layman's eye, one thing, and I love the aesthetic, is that this is where technology meets the artisan, where the artistry and the technician can produce something like that.
Yeah.
You can't be one side and not the other, because someone can envision this but not know how to do it,
Right.
or someone could do it but not have the vision.
Right.
Where Mark has the combination, beautiful combination of both.
Yeah, just don't tell him that.
No, you didn't hear that, Mark.
Not in here.
Well, I'm gonna let you wrap up for the day. Thanks again. I really appreciate it. Once again, Steve and Mark give us a little orientation on something I'm new to. He was down at Bisbee one right after I left. I wish I would have seen it. But now that I'm up here, I get a personalized tour and history lesson of what these motorcycles are all about. So like, subscribe, come. If you're anywhere in Prescott, we're in Prescott?
Yeah,
We're in Prescott now. You saw his address on the little domino chip I showed you. So come by. If you're not in any direct need of an item, you should be in direct need of some knowledge, and they're here to give it to you. All right, take care,
And
everybody.
nothing else, if you get tired of picking up your adventure bike, stop by.
That was a plug on me, because if I get tired of my adventure bike.
I like
Hey,
that.
I got a big garage. I can have both. Don't tell my wife. All right, everybody, have a great day. We're going to be hitting the road in just a moment.
Yeah, they don't tip over very